Everyone at Westbrook Academy knew Ethan Carter, the billionaire's son who had everything except success in school. His father owned skyscrapers, yachts, and private jets, yet Ethan couldn't pass a single test. Each time results came out, his name was there at the bottom, a shadow on his family's proud legacy. Teachers whispered, classmates mocked, and even his father's disappointed silence weighed heavier than any insult. Ethan tried. He stayed up late, flipping through textbooks that blurred into gibberish, but nothing stuck. By 16, he had convinced himself he was stupid, destined to be a failure in a world that already hated him for being born with too much. One afternoon, after failing another math exam, Ethan hid in the empty school gym. He sat on the bleachers, head in his hands, when a low, steady voice interrupted. "You know, staring at the ground never solved a problem." Ethan looked up. It was Mr. Daniels, the janitor. He was tall, his skin dark and weathered, his uniform faded from years of scrubbing floors no one noticed. Ethan had seen him 1,000 times, sweeping silently while the world ignored him. Ethan muttered, "You wouldn't understand." Mr. Daniels raised an eyebrow. "Boy, I may not own skyscrapers, but I know something about failing, and about learning." Ethan wanted to laugh, but something in the man's steady eyes stopped him. For reasons he couldn't explain, he poured out everything. How he couldn't keep up, how his father looked at him like a stranger, how he was drowning in shame no money could fix. Mr. Daniels listened without interrupting. Then, after a long pause, he said, "You're trying to memorize answers. That's your mistake. Life isn't about answers. It's about asking the right questions." Ethan frowned. "What do you mean?" The janitor picked up a basketball lying nearby and spun it on his finger. "See this ball? If I tell you it spins because of friction and force, you'll forget by tomorrow. But if I ask you, why doesn't it fall off my finger? Suddenly your mind starts searching. Curiosity, son, that's the secret. Don't study to pass a test. Study because you want to know." That night, for the first time, Ethan didn't force himself through equations. He asked questions instead. Why does this formula work? Who first thought of it? What if it didn't exist? What would happen then? Weeks passed. Slowly, impossibly, Ethan began to change. He wasn't cramming, he was chasing, and chasing made learning stick. The day of the big science exam, Ethan's hands shook as he turned in his paper, but when results were posted, his name wasn't at the bottom. It wasn't even in the middle. Ethan Carter, the billionaire's son who had failed everything, was third highest in the class. Stunned whispers filled the hall. His teachers thought he had cheated. But Ethan knew the truth. He had finally unlocked the door inside his own mind. After school, he found Mr. Daniels mopping the hallway. Ethan walked up, holding his test paper with the bold red A stamped across it. He didn't say a word. He just hugged the man everyone overlooked. For the first time in years, Ethan didn't feel like a failure. He felt human, thanks to the janitor who had shown him one secret no textbook ever could.